Proud Boys crush far-left Antifa agitators in Portland. In this video, we're going to take a look at the latest clash over the weekend. We're going to see how Americans are responding to the civil unrest by buying more guns than ever before. And stick with me to the very end of this video when I reveal what a civil war may indeed look like if it were to break out here in the United States. You're not going to want to miss this. Greetings, everyone, patriots all across the globe. Dr. Steve here with you. Great to be with you. As always, I am your daily fake news antidote, offering patriotic analysis to help you to think better so you can feel better in these crazy and turbulent times. So if you haven't done so, you know what to do. Make sure to smack that bell and subscribe button. Before we jump into things here, let's give a huge shout out to the sponsor of this video, and that's the makers of this beautiful Fighter Flare flashlight. One of the best things that you can invest in for your protection when the lights go out is this 6-in-1 beauty, which comes with a 3000 mAh solar-powered recharging battery. It's got a high and low beam light that you can see from miles away. It's got an emergency strobe light, a compass, a wire and rope cutter, an emergency glass breaker hammer, and a high-powered military-grade magnet. Best of all, if you click on that link below right now, you'll get 20% off the regular price, but supply is limited, so do not wait. Click on the link below and get your super awesome Fighter Flare flashlight today. All right, gang, let's dive right in here. The chaotic city of Portland was once again the battlefield of what appears to be nothing less than a burgeoning civil war between the far-left activist Antifa and the Patriot militia known as the Proud Boys. The Proud Boys hosted what they called a Summer of Love event, subtitled Patriots Spreading Love, Not Hate. It was a relatively modest gathering of 100 people or so. But when Antifa got word of the event, they reportedly united with radical leftist Portland officials to stage a counter-protest downtown, which forced the Proud Boys to move their venue to the east side in a parking lot of an abandoned Kmart. At approximately 4 p.m., a white van purportedly driven by an Antifa member attempted to plow into the crowd, but was stopped short, crashing into a curbside outside of the gathering. And that is when both sides began to clash.
Beat her ass! Beat her ass! Beat her ass! That's enough! Hey! Let's go! Come on, bitch! Fucking let's go! Oh, shit. That one got me good. Hey, you good? Yeah, we got the best job in America, bro. Come on. God damn, that was a good one.
Now, as you can see, Antifa members were throwing fireworks, smoke bombs, they were firing paintballs, and as you can also see, the clash wasn't even close. Even though they weren't outnumbered, Antifa collapsed like a house of cards. The Proud Boys forced the Antifa agitators to retreat almost immediately, and to add insult to injury, after the Antifa agitators fully retreated from the scene, the Proud Boys returned to the van that crashed into the rally and subsequently flipped it over. It was quite the statement of victory for sure. One arrest was made when gunfire erupted. It is still unclear if the shooting is related to the event. But generally speaking, Portland police reportedly did very little. Like two fighters in a hockey match, both sides were left on their own to defend themselves. Instead, the ultra-left mayor of Portland, Ted Wheeler, who ironically has become quite the enemy of Antifa, he purportedly showed his fearless leadership by calling on all Portland citizens to, quote, choose love. At a press conference some days back, he said, quote, we are asking you to choose love. People should not necessarily expect to see the police standing in the middle of the crowd trying to keep people apart. In other words, you're on your own. If you want law and order in Portland, you need to look elsewhere other than your mayor and your city council. Now, There was a particularly golden moment in this clash, and that involved a black preacher's wife absolutely roasting white liberals. Take a look at this. You're going to love it.
Hi, black people.
My kids were the ones who Antifa threw bombs and pepper gas at on August 7th.
The black conservative preacher's wife.
Right. Oh,
Yeah.
so because I'm his wife, my kids don't matter?
No, your kids absolutely matter, and I think
so
it's
can we
crap
please tell,
that they
can
got
we
hurt.
please,
But
Can we please tell
Nope.
us why?
nope, I don't
Bombs
engage with
and-
you or your husband.
Oh, this is classic, guys. Please get this on camera. This is what white liberal women do. They're 1,000 times worse than Karens. Okay? And I want you to pay close attention. The white liberal women will not engage in conversation with me. Why?
Because
Because
of who your
I do
husband
not.
is.
Oh, because of who my husband
Yes,
is.
just to be clear.
So I am devalued. So women matter, right? We don't want women to be oppressed. Women matter. But because of who my husband is, I no longer have value. There she goes. There she goes, people.
That is perhaps the single greatest diss I have ever witnessed. God bless that woman. God bless her. She exposed in less than 60 seconds the pathetic hypocrisy of the radical left. All women matter. Black lives matter. But I, a white liberal, will not engage with you, a black woman, because of your husband. I mean, it was so good. The radical left is a totally incoherent worldview, and this preacher's wife exposed that incoherence using the leftist's own words for all the world to see. And then how does the radical leftist respond when they don't have their mobs to scream over you and intimidate and threaten and bully? They run away. They cower. They hide. They're 1,000 times worse than Karens. I love that. Was absolutely beautiful. Now, the breakdown in the civic sphere that we're seeing with the deliberate abdication of law enforcement responsibilities by big city Democrats is, of course, fueling speculation about a budding civil war in our nation. According to a recent survey of over 30,000 respondents, the majority of the American population believes that we are headed towards a civil war. And that concern is reflected in the fact that gun sales have been absolutely skyrocketing over the last several months. The Washington Examiners reported that as of last June, get this past June, it was the second highest ever for the month in terms of gun sales. There were approximately 1.3 million gun purchases in June. That was only exceeded by last June in 2020 when gun sales passed the 2 million mark. And guess who's contributing to that surge? First-time gun buyers. That's who. There are more first-time gun buyers than ever before. Moreover, you'll definitely want to check out my video on the unprecedented surge in patriot militias going on throughout the nation. You're going to be astonished by how fast militias are growing and how law enforcement officials are joining them by the droves. And all of these factors, the breakdown in law enforcement among our civic officials, the unprecedented rise in gun purchases, the surge in patriot militia membership, this is all painting a picture that is eerily familiar. Now, before we get into that, make sure to click on the link below and register for our brand new Conservative Patriot Live virtual event on September 3rd and 4th, where I and several special guests will teach you to help build a society completely free from all things woke and to experience once again the nation that we know and love. Make sure to click on that link below right now to get your tickets, because you can still take advantage of our buy one, get one free deal. If you sign up with any registration package, you'll get another one for free to send to a friend. It's going to be absolutely awesome. So don't wait. Click on the link below right now and register for our new Conservative Patriot Live event on September 3rd and 4th and get ready to help build a society free from all things woke. You're going to absolutely love it. All right, so gang, we've talked about this before, but I found the assessment by a counterinsurgency expert to be very interesting in that I think he provides the best analogy for what a civil war could indeed look like here in the United States. Dr. David Kilcullen has recently argued that if a civil war were to break out in the States, it would be highly unconventional and would most likely resemble the civil wars that ravaged the nation of Colombia from 1948 to 1958. Interestingly, that civil war began with racial riots in Bogota over perceived social inequalities. Also of interest is that those riots and the violence and destruction that characterized them were exploited by their two main political parties, the Colombia Liberal Party and the Conservative Party, both of which mobilized their rural supporters to attack each other's communities. The police, interestingly enough, took sides with the conservatives to take over areas where predominantly leftist sentiments reign, which here in the United States would mean where exurbs and suburbs come in contact. What we would then be seeing is armed gangs basically taking over our cities, while armed militias would be taking over our exurbs, and the two would be fighting for control over our suburbs as a buffer zone. That's akin to what happened in Colombia, and all in all, it was tragic. I mean, more than 200,000 Colombian men, women, and children were killed before the military finally intervened in a coup to restore order. And just in case you were wondering, Colombia today, they've since found peace, and they're currently governed by a pro-Trump nationalist populist president. So we'll certainly be keeping our eyes on how things develop here, but make no mistake, while the Proud Boys are effectively pushing back against the far-left Antifa, tensions in our nation are at an all-time high. Left-wing mayors and governors will not protect us, which is resulting only in more Americans than ever, ready, willing, and able to protect themselves. Now, before you go, you will definitely want to check out my latest video on that surge in Patriot militias throughout the nation and how it represents nothing less than the rising up of a new political order. You're not going to want to miss it, so make sure to click on the link, and I'll see you over there.